Yes! Haha, I didn't fall this time. Oh, shit! Oh! Fucking hell. What's going on, everyone? By the time you're watching this, it should be the day before Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to everyone watching this video who celebrates Thanksgiving. A couple of quick announcements before I get into the information of the video. The important stuff, the stuff that you want to see, and the reason why you clicked on this video. If you don't want any of these updates, you're not interested, I'll put in the comments the place to skip to, just so you can get on with your life. Now I'm waiting for this thing to turn off, this, the heater. I'm in the basement. If you guys didn't know, I'm in the basement. I don't know how many new subscribers I have. I feel like I keep gaining new subscribers. So if you're a new subscriber, can you comment in the comment section below just so I know who you are? Because my channel's still at the size it's at, I know a lot of you guys, which is really cool. Ah, there it goes. All right, we're good now. Let's kind of start this over. First thing, follow me on Instagram. If you are on Instagram, because I post a lot of sneak peeks, I unveil a lot of things before it comes to my YouTube channel. So if you're interested in that, check out Instagram. Spotify, I'm updating my playlists all the time. I've got my current listens. I have my training playlist that I listen to while I work out. I have a lit playlist where if you're at a party or something like that, and you want some, some good music and not have to worry about skipping tracks and stuff, check out that playlist. A lot of bangers, stuff like that. What else? A lot of things are going on in my life right now. A lot of things are happening that I can't unveil. I want it to be kind of a surprise, and it's gonna be a new thing to the channel. And I'm hoping it will inspire, hoping it will help people. It'll give you kind of a new outlook on things, and I want to really do it right and convey it in the proper way so you know where I'm coming from. Anyways, so a lot of things that are happening. Something you can expect, I'm going to Mexico soon. For those of you that really enjoyed the Rambling Road Mexico series, that is coming back for a season 2. We are going December 16th. So I'll be gone away from YouTube December 16th up until like Christmas. And then I'll be back with that series. So with that said, I want to get a couple of these videos out, like the one I'm filming right now. And then I need to get that London series out, guys. That's still a thing. I'm still posting. The only thing I've posted is that short film, Invictus, that you guys seem to have really liked. I got my tattoo almost done, not completely done. I got one more session left. So all those things need to come out before I even go to Mexico. Will it happen? God, I hope so. I got a lot of work to do. My prints, I'm selling my pictures. Not all of them that you see on Instagram, just ones that are my favorite, ones that you guys really like. I will be selling those with probably 2 different sizes. Very limited, just because I've never done it before, and I don't want to spend just a ton of money, and I want to make sure that's something you guys are interested in. So very limited prints, more so a test run and something you guys can purchase for a gift for someone, because the holidays are coming up. We met Lauren Singer. Lauren Singer's awesome, super cool girl, and we got to see her store. And we walked in, I was with Lewis, and I was actually with Dasha Polanco from Orange is the New Black. We've been hanging out with her. She's so awesome. Everyone is just awesome that I met, and it was very cool. So we walked into the store, and Lewis came up to me. He's like, all right, I want to film just a little something of Lauren talking about some tips, some advice for people wanting to produce less waste and to maybe transfer over to that kind of lifestyle, or just start incorporating that kind of lifestyle. And that was it. That's what he gave me. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's film her speaking. I wanted to show her in the store and make her, the store kind of pushed back. It was like a kind of like a rectangle almost. And I wanted her kind of in the near the front of the store so that you saw the backdrop and, kind of blurred things out, but that you saw, it created more depth. And I think that is important when composing a professional looking shot, is you want to create some depth. Depends what kind of shot it is, but we only have so much time. We're in and out. So you have so little time. You want to go to what you know and what you're comfortable with. You don't really have time to be super creative and experiment. You just don't. You have to go with what you know and what you're comfortable with when you're given that amount of time. Originally, I put her in the corner, and she's like, "Are you sure you want me in the corner?" And I'm like, I thought it looked cool because there was some writing on the wall, and I saw a picture in my mind that could have been cool, but it would have taken more time, and I could tell she wasn't really happy with the corner. So I'm like, you know what? You're right. Let's put you in front of the store. Let's show the store, whatever. Probably worked out best that way anyways versus my idea. Again, I was starting to get a little too creative, trying to think of things, and I could tell she wasn't into it initially, so had to change my mind and go with it. So I put her there. She talked, she made her little spiel, her little intro. As I'm filming her, I don't really need to worry too much about moving around and stuff, because as long as I show her, and a lot of it has to do with just audio, getting her story, because I know in the back of my mind I'm going to be putting B-roll over this anyways, not over the whole thing, but sporadically over her talking. So she finished, and I'm like, "Lewis, this is what she said, whatever." And he asked me, did she give you tips? And I'm like, you know what? Not as many as I think we should. So he's like, all right, let's get some more tips. I really want 3 to 5 tips on how to teaching people how to produce less waste. I'm like, all right, let's do another one. What I did was I put her in a different spot of the store just to change things up, which also keeps the audience more engaged, because if there's a long video and she's in the same spot over time, unless you have just a ton of B-roll, which I didn't, and I'll get to that in a bit. So I stuck her in front of where you check out, the cashier or whatever. And it was a really cool setup, had her picture in a magazine, had their logo in the front. I'm like, this is super cool. And a photographer came in, needed to take photos of her, and because we were in that spot, he took the photo in that spot. So while he was taking photos of her, I was getting B-roll of her. I think it's really cool when you have someone talking and telling their story to also have B-roll of them in that same spot, smiling, just laughing, getting cool expressions, stuff like that. Again, always thinking, always trying to get as much B-roll footage as you can with the time that's allowed, because it makes your job way easier in post. So there's that. Once we got done with that B-roll time, B-roll, I started looking in the store. Whenever I walk into a room, I always get an establishing shot first. It's super important. It sets up the scene. It sets up where you are, so people know, oh, I'm in a store right now, versus just a close-up of her. You have no idea where she is. So an establishing shot's really important. Also, this is probably one of my more important tips of this video. So if you're going to take something away, take this away with you along your journey. Because I don't do all the fancy editing, the transitions that you see a lot today, I have to create the shot and know, okay, this is what it's going to look like in post. And if you're putting titles, you're putting type, you're putting something, it needs to fit in that frame. It has to compose in a certain way. The composition has to be balanced. For example, if you have like a super white backdrop and it's very bright, and you want to use font that is white, it's going to disappear in your shot, in your frame. So you have to think about, okay, this shot could be used as the intro shot where I put the titles. So when I filmed that little tree, that little indoor plant or whatever, I was thinking this could be a good spot to put in her name, the title of the video, something with type. So that's kind of what I was thinking about when taking B-roll. I'm not just taking B-roll just to take B-roll. I do that, but I also think about shots that are going to be used in specific places in the actual video. I'll throw in this too, like that little edit I did at the end where the font disappeared. But what I did was I filmed that in slow motion, or I filmed it and I slowed it down in post. The song that I used at the end, it sounded like someone was cocking back a gun or something like that. And so I used that as a part of my sound design and did a little edit there where I went from slow motion to real time when that gun was cocked back to give it a sort of feeling that it belongs there. There are a lot of times in music and songs, there are a lot of those kinds of sound effects. And so instead of going and finding the sound effect that you want to use, just use the sound effect that the song produces already. It makes your job a lot easier. And that's kind of your sound design. And sound design takes your video up to the next level. Way up there. I mean, it's crazy what just sound design can do to your videos if it's not overly used. I've seen so many videos people are watching, guys like Sam Colder, and he uses birds and stuff like that, and then people will try to copy that and use birds, but it's like blaring loud and the bird is so far away in the distance, it just doesn't make sense. So really good sound design is sound design that you don't even notice. That is really good sound design. You can quote me on that. So when Lewis told me to make a little something, again, he wasn't super specific, but he said, I just want some tips from her. I already knew, okay, I'm gonna film something maybe a little bit more special than he wanted to try to impress him, but with the time given, it's gonna be very basic. Her talking, throw some nice B-roll over, a little bit of sound design, make it flow, compose some nice shots, and call it a day. And that's pretty much what I did. It's not something crazy by any means. This isn't like a mind-blowing project, but it's professional, it's clean, and it's something that you can hand a client and get paid for and not get fired. So it's possible you can do it, and when you continue to do it over time, it gets that much easier, and then you can start to become more creative, stuff like that. I hope this has been helpful. Again, would love some feedback. I hope everyone has a lovely Thanksgiving. We're almost at 11K, which is great. We got big things happening. I'm fired up, and I want to take you guys with me. More vlogs, getting my dad into them a lot more. I know you guys want that. We got Mexico, we got that series, we got the London series, we got Rambling Road Season 2 that I'm going to be talking about in 2018. Woo! I'm pumped. And some big collaborations in the future as well. So, very excited. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff. And I will catch you in the next one. Later.
Work so fucking much, my greatest fear is I'ma die alone. Every diamond in my chain, yeah, that's a milestone. I'm loving it. Calling me, asking me for money, man. The only thing I'ma give you motherfuckers is a dial.
I knew if I was going to make a video, it was going to be her talking, put B-roll on top of it. Dad?